This bustling route with 5.3 trillion worth of goods annually, over which the Philippines and China are vying for control, was sold for 1 peso. Back in 1956, Filipino explorer Thomas Cloma sought to establish his own kingdom, declaring it as a new micronation and naming it Freedom Land, and staking claim to now disputed islands. Yet, with little international recognition and scrutiny from his homeland, he ultimately sold these islands back to the Philippines for a mere 1 peso, less than 2 US pennies. But before we delve into this geopolitical turmoil, let's not forget the treaties. The Treaty of Paris, which saw the Philippines sold to the US by the Spaniards for $20 million. But the US was surprised when the easternmost islands was not part of the deal, so they created another negotiation to formally add Scarborough and the Spratlys Islands. To rectify this, the US paid an additional $100,000 to include these islands in the deal. A country was sold and eventually liberated as its own sovereign nation. This serves as another piece of evidence that these islands are part of the Philippines. On the other hand, China asserts its claims through the contentious 9-line, laying claim to vast swaths of the sea. However, this claim lacks substantial evidence, casting doubt on its legitimacy. Historically, all of China's maps show that the southernmost territory is the Hainan province, almost 10,000 kilometers from Scarborough Shoal. As tensions escalate, both sides ramp up their military presence, akin to a showdown in a high-stakes poker game. The Philippines even takes the dispute to international court, seeking resolution. However, despite winning the arbitration ruling, China dismisses it, opting to bolster its military infrastructure in the region, showcasing its dominance over the Philippines. But now that China has taken the bullying path on resolving this territorial issue, the Philippines under Marcos Jr. is tapping into their oldest ally, the United States. As we all know, in August 30th, 1951, both parties signed a treaty consisting of 8 articles, requiring mutual support in case of an attack on either party's territories. According to Article 5, any armed attack on either of the parties' metropolitan or island territories under its jurisdiction in the Pacific Ocean will trigger this treaty. It sets the stage for a potential clash between the most powerful armed forces and their allies against any adversaries in the region. Whether you refer to it as the South China Sea or the West Philippine Sea, it's the battleground where commerce and conflict intertwine, where nations stake their claims, and where the pursuit of peace persists. Yet it also holds the potential to be the epicenter of global upheaval. In a place that was once sold for a single peso. If you enjoyed this insight into the South China Sea dispute and want to keep up with the latest developments, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. Stay informed.